The Vice President of the Republic of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, and the Vice President of Zimbabwe, Emmerson Mnangagwa, are the keynote speakers at the two-day ZimSA conference, holding with the aim to provide a platform for bilateral trade and investment opportunities within the two countries. Zimbabwe Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa indicated that the country's sectors are lucrative for business, including the financial and health sectors. He also took time to explain some of the reasons why Zimbabwe is in the situation that it is now economically. He clearly alluded that it is due to the sanctions, which he stated were due to discontent by the West for the land expropriation program that they undertook to take land from the whites and to give it to the black natives.
Before 1999, no one was living in Zimbabwe. We're happy, we're developing. But immediately we implemented land reform. And listen very carefully. We had a duty as the leadership to make sure that at the expiry of the Lancaster Constitution, where it had provisions that for the next 10 years, 10 years or so, we were not allowed to make legislation to acquire land. Anyway, to abide by that. Let me assure you that when this was introduced about February 2009 by the Minister of Finance then, when he was appointed Minister of Finance, Chinamasa, the 45, no, the rand and the US dollar traded 50%. They were at par. Only 10%, which means that the other 90%, 45% of our transactions and dealings were in the rand. Another 45% was also in the US dollar. Only 10% constituted the rest of the other currencies. But as time went on, through perception, the American dollar began going up and the rand going down. There was no legislation to make it go down or legislation to make the dollar go up.
Milestone is an achievement, and especially when we take into consideration that we have had many other organizations that have started here in South Africa as business forums, and they have not yet achieved the kind of feat that we have, particularly with the confidence that we have been given by the government of Zimbabwe to come here in full with a full delegation headed by the Vice President. It's a great honor and we feel very elated at this point in time.
Wonderful. The history between the two countries dates back a long time, but if we fast forward it to now, there's been a lot of bilateral agreements that both countries have signed. So that's at political level. So ZimSA Forum was formed to look into the implementation of those bilaterals, to say how then do we take this relationship going forward. Because for you to build a stable and a growing economy, you cannot only look at the political relationship, you also have to look at a strong economical relationship. So ZimSA Forum was formed specifically to encourage investments into Zimbabwe, taking most of the Zimbabweans that are here, that are skilled, that have the experience of having done a lot in building the South African economy, partner with the South Africans that they have made friends and become familiar with, and then move together into Zimbabwe to be able to start rebuilding the